In this scene, we're going to look at the spreadsheet, which is a way to read inside your geometry. You can see the values of every attribute, position, normal, color, and every other type of attribute you might have on your scene. It's a way to really understand what's going on under the hood and make sure that whatever operation you do actually gives the result that you want it to be. So in that case, we simply start with a sphere and we want to display a color from green to red at the top. And so in order to do that, I'm simply going to create an attribute called height, and I'm going to give it a value of p.y, which is the position on the y-axis. So it should go from 0 to 1. And I still do not see the color, of course, it just creates an attribute. I now create the color, so I give it a height. The red is going to be equivalent to height, and the green is going to be equivalent to 1 minus height. And then I make sure it has a color which takes this color. So in that case, it's more or less what I want, but I'm confused as to why it is black here. And I want it to be green to red, and that's it. And so best way to understand is to look at the values that we have in the geometry. So let's open the spreadsheet, and we can see what we have. We can see the position of every point of the sphere. We can see the color. And so we can see that we have 1 on the x, which is red. And as we change, we can see that the values start to differ. And we also see the height attribute here. And in that case, let's look at the minimum and maximum value. And we can see that it goes from -1 to 1 and not from 0 to 1, which is what we wanted. And that's because the sphere actually goes from -1 to 1. It started at 0 with a radius of 1. It doesn't. The minimum is not 0. So in that case, we can solve that in many ways. We could change the expression here, or we can simply use another node to make our life even easier, which is attribute normalize. And we're simply going to say normalize the attribute height. So in that case, it will, if we look at what we have here, so we still have -1 to 1 when we look here, but as soon as we look at the content of the attribute normalize, we can see it goes from 0 to 1, which is exactly what we're after. So we can pipe that here, and now we can see that we go from green to red as we wanted. So in that case, the spreadsheet is really just a way to quickly look what's inside the geometry, to have an idea where a potential problem might come from, and to fix it.